Welcome, my name is BjornBehrendt, and this is my Flipgrid tutorial. What you're looking at right now is I went to flipgrid.com, clicked login, and logged in as an educator, and this is the screen you get to. A couple things I want to highlight in this screen is you start off with the My Grids, and you'll see all your grids down below here. Right in this tiny section right here, you'll see any grid you set up. At the moment, I only have one that is enabled and active. Now, if you're going to add a new grid, you can go ahead and hit the new grid button right there. And this is a really nice thing that it does is it allows you to specify the students that can connect to your grid. Right now, it is set up with the school email domain. So this is students who have an email address at your school. So especially at the high school level, this is a very easy click-through tool. You can also specify a student list. Now, the student list is probably more for elementary school students who do not have school emails. And then you can also go a little bit more public and do the PLCs and public grids. It does specify that participants should be 16 years or older in the public ones. I'm going to keep it as school email. It's a very simple one. You can give your name a grid. So I'm going to call this tutorial. It allows you to enter the code. Now, this will be the code that they enter in or the URL that they follow to go to. It does allow you to try and do a custom URL if you want to have something that's easier to be shared. And then you can specify some images to use as a banner for your Flipgrid. I'm going to click Next. Enter the domain that is available, and you can enter multiple domains. So I could do at arsu.org, at listen.com. So you can enter in multiple domains, how they are working together. And then I'm going to hit Launch My Grid. And I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to say All Set. Now I'm inside my grid. I'm going to back out again. I'm going to click My Grids. And what you'll see now is that I have two grids that I'm working on. A couple things to note from this window. First of all, right here, active. You can set this to be active or inactive if you don't want the tutorial to be able to be contributed to at the moment. If you need to go back and fix like the grid name or something else, you can go into the tutorial, or if you want to change the view settings, so it's either go from a public one to an email list, you can click the edit button and it'll bring back to different things that when you first set it up, you can update it. So like if you want to add a school domain, you can do that from that spot. Also, other features you can add in there, personalize, cancel. So that little pencil is how you get back to the settings you had when you first set it up. The next place I want to kind of go to is actually, it's hidden. Right here where it says tutorial, it doesn't look blue, but that is actually a link that you can roll over. And this is where you would be adding topics. And I'll come back to that. The other place that you have is view as a student. Now this will show you, if you open this up, it'll open up the student view of it. It is also a direct link to the URL. So if you click on that, you can copy the URL, you can email that to the students. So I'm actually going to go into view topics. Now, once you're in view topics, you'll notice that I already have like two topics in here. Every one that you set up has this. They do an introduction and an ideas. The ideas is inactive. I haven't used it yet. But this is the different topics within this grid that the students or the other end users can come in and comment on and do video comments on. Obviously, there's an introduction, and it is active. It does have a flip code, which is nice in the fact that you don't have to send people just straight to the grid. You can actually send people directly to the topic that you want them to comment on. So again, you have two ways that you can share this out, either directly to the grid where it lists all the topics in the grid, or directly to a specific topic. Again, we can add a new topic. So tell me about your weekend. Might be a really good topic to hear some information about it. Tips, we have a length, so we may want to reduce that. Say you have 30 seconds to tell me about your weekend. We can do some information. You did during there you go. Again, video moderation, if you can turn that on if you want to, as a teacher, to approve the videos. Again, active, inactive. Launch and freeze dates, so you can specify when a time frame that they can contribute to this particular topic. You can add resources to this topic. So for example, if you wanted to add an emoji, you can go in and click the emoji. And it's just little helpers for within the topic in there. So let's just say a video, camera, select. You can attach things. So there's a lot of extra things you can add to the topic to make it more valuable for the student and for more information for the student. This is where you can specify whether the student can add their own emojis and reactions and extras. It's also where you can specify whether a student can reply to other students. So there's a lot of customability per topic, which is great. Again, you can have feedback with this. And it looks like I haven't played with it yet, but it looks like you can actually do customized rules based on a rubric. That would be something that I think would be cool to explore a little bit farther. So I'm going to click Create Topic. And again, like I said, you had two URLs. You could either go directly to the grid, which is right here, or you can go directly to the topic, which is right here. And each one, it gives you a code that you can use and customize and enter in. So it has no responses. Let's go back. I'm going to go back to my grids. Obviously, that tutorial has no responses yet, but the SVU Badger PD badge does have a response. It happens to be one that I put in as an example. But if I go in and I look at it, I can see that I have a response on this one, or one video. And if I go back into the thing, I can see my one video. And I'll probably see all the videos listed here that are on that topic. And I could go in and I could hit play.
Hi. So my idea for using Flipgrid is actually related to the makerspace.
And again, it looks like I can leave comments, email feedback to the student, and it actually has some grading and other items that you can add to it. So that is, and I'm going to back out my activity, my grids, and that is Flipgrid. I encourage you to use it. It is a great tool, great way to get feedback. And I think getting students behind a camera is a very important learning. Okay, thank you very much, and never stop learning.